Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bonsai's Forever. So today I would like to do some updates on some stuff that I've done recently. I haven't been putting out a whole lot of stuff lately. I've been working really hard and trying to deal with the heat out here, trying to keep things alive. I think I just unpotted five trees today that didn't make it because of the temperature and too hot, and I repotted them in the early spring, so would have figured they should have been able to recover by now, but they did not. So lost a couple of trees because of the temperature. So I'm, haven't really had a whole lot to do any filming on, but some things have changed a little bit, so I'd like to show you guys a couple of things. First, I want to give a shout out to a couple of my friends. One, give me just a second. One is Gavin over at Not Another Bonsai channel. He sent me a package with a couple of things that he thought that I might need. So he sent me, let me see what is in here. It's got a little note, and I'm pretty sure that's just a bag. It's got a little note. Let's see if I can read it. Tired. It's been a long day. Says, "Hey Jay, hope everything is going well. I thought that I would send you a few fun things." Wow, I cannot see. There is vet tape. Always helpful for. Man, I cannot see today for some reason. Those. Wow. Sorry, Gavin, I can't read your writing. I think he's definitely talking about this stuff. It's kind of like medical tape for, like, if you break a branch or something, you can wrap the branch with it to hold the branch together and keep the branch from being broken. So and it says there's some fine wire. So he sent me a spool of wire. That's really going to be helpful for a lot of things. I'm not sure if it's stainless steel. It doesn't have a tag on it, so I'm not sure what kind of wire it is. I can't really see it, so it might be stainless wire. So that could be really helpful for doing like wow, like I said, it's been a long day, and I'm not going to cut this video, so everything I say, you guys will be able to see it. For guide wires, that's what I was thinking. Be good for guide wires, so that's going to be really helpful. Really appreciate that. And then it says there's a collection of some seeds and some other cool things. So it says, "All the best, Jay. Cheers, Gavin, Not Another Bonsai channel." So Gavin, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate the thoughtfulness of this. So these seeds are some, if I could see it, some Italian cedar. So they look a lot like, let me see if I can bring you guys in a little bit closer. They look a lot like bald cypress seeds, which is really cool. Hopefully you guys can see. There we go. Yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to in the next couple of weeks, I think I will plant a couple of them, and then I will save the rest of them for this winter, because I think this type of seed, they fall off the tree during the wintertime, and then they germinate over the winter and start sprouting in the spring. So I'm going to try and do that this winter. And then there's a couple of other seeds in here. Yeah, and my eyesight's not so good at night, so I'm not even gonna try to read that stuff. I'll put a list of this stuff in the description that was in here. And then he sent me a couple of stickers. These stickers are really cool. I really like them. And of course, I can't see it from my point of view very well, but that's his stickers. So appreciate that, Gavin. So one thing that he did ask me when he told me that he was going to send me this stuff is to show where I put my stickers. So I haven't done that yet with anybody's stickers that they've sent me. So here you go, Gavin. You're the first one. And right behind me, right here on this wall, I used some clear spray paint to spray paint the wall to see if I could make it a little bit better for sticking a sticker on. So I guess we'll see. There's a couple of them, so if it doesn't work on the first one, I'll put another coat up there and we'll see how that works. But I think it's gonna last for the video, but I think I really need to put a thicker coat of paint up there, so hopefully that stays for the whole video. And then I got a tag, says there's going to be another Halloween challenge with a little headstone piece. It's just a little piece of cardboard, but it's got a headstone. It's really cool. Gavin's really into like horror movies, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to the challenge this year. Like I told you guys last year, I don't really celebrate Halloween, but I think spooky trees are really cool. So I'm going to be figuring out a spooky tree. I've been working on a couple of things. Hopefully they're closer to ready. And then he's got some $100 tissues. So it says blowing your nose on a $100 bill. So yeah, super excited about that, right? And then a couple more of the wraps, and then some newspaper from over there in England. It looks like sports page. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I might check that out later. See what's going on over there in England. So anyway, so thanks so much, Gavin. I appreciate it. Really look forward to using some of this stuff and planting the seeds, because I love junipers and all kinds of junipers. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And then I've got another shout out from one of my other friends in this group. We're on a WhatsApp group. It's called the Tree Masons. So if you ever see anything on YouTube dealing with bonsais, Not Another Bonsai channel, Bobcat Bonsai, Steve's Backyard Bonsai, Bonsai Crazy, Bonsai Project, Colin's channel, I can never remember the name of the channel. I'll put that in the description though, because I really like his channel. He does some awesome work. He's very good at bonsai. And there's a few others, I just can't remember them all right now. But anyway, Bobcat Bonsai, he does forging, and he's kind of new at it, but he does some really good work. So he sent me a card. So that's his card. Let's help a little bit so you can see it with the light. Maybe I'll bring the camera into the light a little bit better. There you go. That's his card. And I don't know if he has stickers. I don't think I got a sticker in here. But he forged me a root hook. And this thing is stinking cool. I really like it. And I asked him for something that was about 9 inches in total, so that I could use the other end as a chopstick and then a root hook. So that's super cool. And he even put in there, I don't know if you can see it, maybe it says Bonsai's Forever, and then he put BB002 on the back for Bobcat Bonsai. So, and that's so cool, and I really like it. It's got a good shape to it, good angle. It's gonna be really nice. I haven't used it yet, so Matt, when I put it into use, I'll let you see it. So, which should be pretty soon. I just haven't really done a whole lot of videos lately, and I didn't want to use it before before I did a video using it. So now I have to do a video using it. So yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, brother. Okay, so now I'm going to get into my my updates. So I don't remember what order I did these two trees in. I'm only going to do 2 trees tonight. I might do a little bit of work on them, show you a little bit of what's going on. I think I'm going to start with the Fuki T, because that one's just calling to me right now. So I'm going to pull up my turntable and bring over the Fuki T right here. So this one was, it was labeled Fuki T experiment. So everything I do with the Fuki T is kind of an experiment, because I really don't know a whole lot about them. I am learning a lot while I'm working on them and figuring out how to keep them alive, because these trees out here, excuse me, I got the hiccups. These trees out here in this blazing heat are a little bit finicky. A lot of places that I've seen them, they do really well. I don't think they like the really, really hot temperatures out here. In really hot areas, I think they would do a little bit better inside. Not right directly in a window, but you know, like where you would put a bonsai tree inside. But I don't have any experience with the inside stuff because I keep mine outside, or this one is in the greenhouse. So one thing I did with this tree when I repotted it, and I'm trying to remember because it's been a little while since I did this. I changed the soil, and I put the cocoa husk in the soil to see if it would maintain moisture a little bit better. And then I put the tree in the greenhouse, and I changed the sprinkler systems around a little bit. And where it was at wasn't getting watered as much as it had been before. So hence the really brightly colored leaves on here, because every single one of these leaves is new. It literally dropped all its leaves within a couple of days, couple of weeks. I think it was actually a couple of weeks. And yeah, it was pretty discouraging. So I didn't do a video on it without it having leaves. The last week, maybe week and a half. This is what it's done in about a week and a half, with the recovery of the repot. So if I would have put this in the same spot or left the sprinkler systems alone and it got the right amount of water that it was supposed to, I think this would have done really well and not dropped all its leaves. So the other part of the experiment was to cut off you can't see it, cut off the end of the branch, because this branch is literally longer than, pretty much as long as my arm. But I did cut off the end of the branch right here, and it did do what I was hoping it would do. It pushed out 2 more branches right here. So now at this point, what I want to do is I'm going to take the end of this branch off again, but I'm going to take it off right at this branch. Yeah, I'm going to take it off right here at this branch. I'm going to cut it straight across, and I will attempt to grow a couple more cuttings out of this. That's a little bucket of water over here. I'm going to throw it in there. So, so the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut the ends of the branches off, because the very ends of these branches did die back because of it losing all of its leaves. So I'm going to just chop these back a little bit. I think I'm going to cut this one completely off. I don't think I need that branch right there. I'm going to leave this branch and just let it grow a little bit thicker. And now that I cut this off, I'm hoping that it'll back here a little bit more and put more branches out here. So I'm cutting the ends of these off. And I've been told to remove the flowers, and that will help the tree allocate more energy to growing the tree. I have actually done it both ways, to where I cut the flowers off as they're growing flowers, and I've also just let the flowers go, and I haven't seen really much difference in a tree that wasn't already having issues. Okay, so this tree was having issues because of the repot and that, and it's growing flowers along with the leaves. So I really don't know if having the flowers on there is going to hinder the tree from growing. Now, some trees it definitely does. It definitely does on some trees, and I'll have to do an update on that tree at a later date, I think. Because I just, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to do an update on that tree at a later date. So it did still have a couple of yellowed leaves on here, but as you can see, I mean, it dropped all of its leaves. So I've got a bunch of leaves down here in the soil. I'm going to take those out, because leaving the dead leaves in the soil creates biological media, which I don't want. Biological media. I don't want it to be like composted soil. I want it to be the bonsai soil that I put in there as the mix, because then I can regulate the amount of nutrients that the tree gets, which I did not fertilize this yet. So now that it's got some new leaves, I'm going to let the leaves harden off before I fertilize it, so that the leaves are producing energy, because right now all the leaves are new. So what does that mean? All the leaves are taking energy to grow, right? So I'm going to let the leaves harden off, and then I'm going to fertilize it, so that I don't get giant leaves, which at this point I don't think that's going to be a big deal, which it's already got almost full-size leaves on it right now, which is cool, because I want a lot of solar panels right now to re-strengthen the tree. And I don't know if you can see this, you probably can't. It's got some new branches growing down here, which is going to be nice, because I do kind of want to thicken this section up. It looks a little weak right in the middle here. That's kind of why I have this branch, because I kind of want it to pull this direction, and then I kind of want to leave these branches here, and then I'm going to let this grow like really big also, so I can thicken up the base of the trunk, so that this part isn't the fattest part of the tree, because currently this part and this part look like they're the fattest part of the tree. So I don't want that. So I think that's going to be the update on this tree. It's still alive. I thought it was going to die, and it didn't. So thank the Lord that it didn't die, right? So, all right. So I'm going to put this guy aside. I'm going to show you the other tree, which this one I might do a little bit more work to, because I think it's ready. So I don't know if you remember this tree. Let's see if I'll show you the tree first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Do a little bit of a spin around. And it is nighttime, so I don't have the sun coming in, and that my other light, it broke. So I'm gonna have to get a better light, the movable light, because yeah, the one I got was just, I'm not very impressed with it. Alright, so this one, if you guys can't tell, this is the one where I took a ficus tree and I put it on a ficus tree. And I put it on some rocks. So the work that I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take this soil off, and we're going to take the tape off and see how it did, because I'm pretty sure that it's already rooted pretty well into the pot, because it's putting out a lot of new growth now, and both trees are putting out a relatively decent amount of new growth. So pretty excited about that. Might put this under here so I can turn it around still. Alright. So I guess today would be a good day to use my new root hook. So I'm going to just scrape off the cocoa husk. And I'm going to try not to disturb the roots at all if I can help it. It looks like there's a root coming right across here, right on the surface, and I don't want to damage any of the roots. Because I really do want the roots coming off both trees to go into the soil so that they can, so that the tree can survive and so that it can put the roots down in the soil. And eventually I'm going to put this in a much shallower pot so the rocks are basically sitting on top of the pot almost, where they most of the rock sticks out of the pot. Because right now, both of these rocks are kind of deep in the pot. So I can really feel where the roots are at. Because I can feel there's roots right here, and I can feel the tension on the root hook. So I'm not going to pull or break any of the roots. I did this same process on a different tree. It was still a ficus tree. It was just a single ficus tree that I put on a rock. But I used the hose to get the cocoa bark or the cocoa husk off. And that worked just fine. So I'm going to try it this way and see which way I like better. And I think the other way was definitely better on the fine roots. Because this way I think I'm still going to damage some of the fine roots, but I'm not too worried about it because at this point I don't really want the fine roots out of the soil. I want all the fine roots in the soil, so if I break off a couple of the fine roots up here, that won't be such a big deal. Alright, so I did have to pause it for a second. Dog barked at something. So I had to go see what it was. And it is dark outside, so kind of wanted to find out what he was dealing with out there. It doesn't seem like there's anything out there. So anyway, he's a tough dog, so if there is something out there, he can handle it. All right, so I don't know how well we can see this because of the light. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of teasing away the soil here to expose some of the roots, and I might have to use the hose because I really don't want to get rid of all the roots here. If I just take away a little bit at a time over the next couple of weeks, that'll still work out as well, so I might just do that. Take a little bit off right now. And this actually works pretty nice, just running over the top of everything, because it's still pulling off the soil, but I'm not digging through the roots. A couple of them. But I'm going to take these off, the really fine roots right on the surface here. So, like I said, I want the larger roots. But I am, at this point, I'm going to take this tape off so that this part can go ahead and start thickening up. Because I want it to look like one trunk right here. And it's kind of dark back here. There we go. I can tip the tree a little bit. So you can kind of see how it looks right now. You can't quite tell. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod here. There we go. You can't quite tell where the roots are. But this is looking pretty good. I'm going to tip it up so you guys can see it. There we go. So you guys can see that there's a root that's coming across this way, and there's this root that's coming across this way. And then there's some stuff in the middle there, which I'm going to use the hose to clean that out because I don't want to pick at it. So yeah, and then this root going across the rock, it looks like it's put out some really decent roots across here. So that's going to be nice. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. I'm liking it. And I'm gonna just let the trees freely grow right now and let them get all bushy and lots of leaves and all that stuff right now. I might take some off before the winter, like during the fall, so that it can get enough light in the canopy during the fall, so that it doesn't die during the winter time. Because I've had that happen to where I had too much foliage on it and the tree just wasn't getting enough light on the interior during the winter time, because it does get a little bit darker, not a lot, but obviously you have less daylight time during the winter time. So I want to take off some of the leaves during the winter so that I can let some more light in here. And that would just be the leaves, like I've always told you, the ones that are growing at the base of a new branch and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the updates on these two trees for now. I will clean this up and I'll show you guys that process in another video, but it is actually pretty late and I have the market tomorrow, so I'm going to I think I'm going to finish up this video and I'm going to go to bed so that I can get up at 6:30 to go sit out in the hot sun and hopefully sell some trees. I'm really hoping that tomorrow's a good day. So really appreciate y'all watching. Thanks to all the tree masons. I appreciate you guys and all your support and all that stuff. And I appreciate my subscribers. And I really appreciate all the comments that you guys send. It helps me to keep going. Even on those days that I really don't want to film, I'll typically film if I'm getting comments on the videos and stuff. So, and I like answering them. So anyway, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.